ಕಥೆಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡ್ತೀವಂತ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತೀವೋ, ತಂಗಲಾನ್ನ ಮೂಲ ಕಥೆಯೂ ಕೂಡ KGFಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿರೋದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕೋಲಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು? ಅಷ್ಟು ಫ್ಯಾನ್ಸಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ಯಾಂಟಸಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತಾ, ಅಥವಾ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಾಲಿಟಿಗೆ ಹತ್ತಿರವಾಗಿತ್ತಾ? ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂತಹ ಜನರ ಬದುಕಿತ್ತು? ಇವೆಲ್ಲದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ವಿಭಿನ್ನ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಂಗಲಾನ್ ಸಿನಿಮಾವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು ಚಿತ್ರೀಕರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಡೀ ತಂಡವೇ ವೆರಿ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಭರವಸೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿರೋದಂತೂ ಸತ್ಯ. ತಂಗಲಾನ್ ಚಿತ್ರತಂಡದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡೋದು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟಿದೆ. ಇದೇ ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ 15ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ನಮ್ಮ ತಂಗಲಾನ್ 5 ಭಾಷೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡದ your experience with Tangalaan movie. We have all the media from overall Karnataka.
My experience with the Thangalaan movie. How long have you all got? Have you got another 6 months for me to explain this? It starts with a vision of this man, Ranjith, an extraordinary filmmaker who asked me to come on an adventure with him and my co-stars. He said that this adventure was going to be very difficult. He mentioned a place to me called KGF, where we were going to do most of our filming. And he said, I want you to trust me, because I hadn't even read the script when he spoke to me. But he's such a compelling and passionate man that I did trust him. Without even reading the script, I agreed to do this crazy project for 1 year, where I must have sustained, I don't know, the competition between Vikram and Chiyaan and I, with how many injuries, I don't know. But we sustained mostly in KGF, so that place will always, some part of it will always be with me. But look, it could not have been possible. It's not just Ranjith's vision, but my amazing partners in crime. We kept each other going every day. We had to struggle. We worked really hard, 7 days a week. We just didn't stop. And I think what is come out of it at the end is going to be a very special movie, and I really hope everyone loves it. I really do.
For sure.
The maker who would see me and bring out an output like that, what you saw in the teaser. I never, like, it shows Ranjith sir's vision, it shows his imagination, it shows what a mad, crazy world he created, and I'm grateful to him for giving me Aarti and making me push my own boundaries. And my experience with the team was nothing short of spectacular. Always wanted to work with Vikram sir since the day I started working in films, in Tamil films. So the combination of having all the artists actually together in a project like this was just a bonus on a bonus on a bonus on a bonus. It just kept getting better. Had a fantastic team. Danny, thank you for being a friend. This is a movie which was so hard. People equate the term blood, sweat and tears with hard work. But in this movie it was blood, sweat, tears, fractures, spine disc, skin rashes, hair falls, like anything you name. Sorry, danger from snake, potential snake bites, standing on a rock. For one shot I had to stand on a rock which was on fire, danger of being caught on fire. I had to sit on a buffalo for a shot, danger of falling off a buffalo. I fell off a buffalo also. Thank you Ranjith sir, thank you. Nothing happened to the buffalo, but no animals were harmed, but actors were harmed quite a little bit.
For sure, it was an adventurous journey, I guess.
So just to give you an idea, these are some of the things we went through. There's a lot more which you will see when you watch the movie. So you can imagine what a crazy ride it's been. But like I was saying, I got to do this ride with the most fantastic team from Vikram sir, of course, the sweetest, kindest, most giving co-actor. Cannot imagine anybody else doing having done this journey with anybody else.
For sure.
Danny, thank you for the support. Thank you for the friendship on a set like this. Parvati, Pasupati sir, the entire cast and crew, everybody. If I start thanking now, this press conference will go on for a long time. But to summarize, it was a surreal experience.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಡ್ವೆಂಚರಸ್ ಜರ್ನಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಕರಿತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಯು ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್.
Side A, side B, and this generation, no, you're rocking, and Bengaluru cinema, like Kannada cinema, it's like a whole India, no, you just setting benchmark, and I really appreciate that. I'm happy to be there.
That's so sweet. It's a huge compliment from your side, sir. Thank you so much. ಈಗ KGF ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ KGF ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಕಿ ಭಾಯ್ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ನಮ್ದೊಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಡೀ ಭಾರತ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಸುದ್ದಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಸಿನಿಮಾ. ಸೊ ತಂಗಲಾನ್ KGF ನ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಹೇಗೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜರ್ನಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್?
Actually, before KGF, into that world, I read that one interesting book. I got an idea about the KGF people, and how the people mine that gold. After that, I didn't know that KGF it is movie making that time. No, I just saw that one trailer. After that, I stopped at my work. So I just waiting for that. Someone's making a KGF. So I just waiting for that movie. But KGF is a different world. What he made, no, Prasanth, it's a fantastic movie. It's just fabulous, and like what he did. But it is a different KGF, but somehow he connected like a gold. And I did something. He made some drama, and like no, it is very exciting. But after that, I realized, okay, I wanted to make a different KGF. So what I read, it's a different, like how the people came to KGF, how they started the gold mine, how colonial system happened that time, and also how the people suffered to finding the real gold. So that world excited me, and also historically happened in KGF. It's a very interesting thing, and also the people who affected, like mythological story, and also the people like they got something when they found that gold. No, they are suffering people. They are suffering by that inequality in whole India. The people suffer like that. No, so that people came to try to find that gold. Not only gold, they lives. They wanted to get a freedom from that caste society, from that inequality, from that a lot of things. So my story, my KGF, it's a deal like that. Yeah, trying to deal like that. Yeah.
ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ಫ್ರೇಮಲ್ಲಿ, ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಈಗ ಮಡ್ ಕೂಡ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು, ಧೂಳಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವೇ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದೆಲ್ಲದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಯು ಆನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
Thank you.
Sir.
Artists, every actor in this movie is a performer of some sort. Maybe I'm the only one who cheats a little and does some homework and comes, but everybody, starting from all the way from London, there's a gentleman here called Daniel, and Arati, Parvati, and Pasupati, and we have Hari, we have so many of them. And in this movie, we didn't have junior artists, we didn't have supporting actors, we had only character. Everybody was like a drama artist, or he's gone to drama schools and picked them up. There was auditions. So every single one of them you saw in the frame, they will all act, and all of them got hurt, even the women. It's not just the men, because those times were like that. What is so beautiful about this film is we had to live like them. It was not just the dress. We had to actually live like them to bring across that emotion. And I think the only way we could have done that is to be them. We couldn't have acted. So maybe the first few days, all of us teething problems. But once we started, once we got into it, we went back so many hundreds of years ago. And it was beautiful. And I just want to add that this movie is a very raw, it's a very, very, very raw film, but at the same time, it's a very exciting film to have worked in and to even watch. Like from the trailer, you can understand. It's not a film that's like, it's only about poverty or it's only about drama or it's not that. There's something exciting happening always. And he has somehow, in that reality, he's done a little bit of magical reality where he's woven a little bit of fantasy into it, which is believable.
Correct.
And at the same time, at one point, you don't know what is fantasy, what is reality. And it was such an honor working with you, Ranjith. I think he's one of the most promising and the most like dedicated directors in India, not just anywhere else. And Ranjith, I wanted to say about the Kannada films, and he said everything that I was going on in my mind. I love your films, and he actually, like the 4 films that he mentioned were films I saw. In fact, Side A and Side B, I even called up Rakshit and told him. I started the film and I was thinking it was actually 10 o'clock. Started watching and then he said, we'll see tomorrow.
Okay.
I went up, then he said, no, what happens to this guy?
Wow.
I went back and watched the whole thing and I called him up next day.
Okay.
I said I watched it and I wanted to call up everybody in the movie and tell them it was so good. And Kantara, I had to add, when we started the film, Kantara hadn't been released, like when KGF wasn't, when he had started thinking about the film. And I was only into this role and what we can do with this film and God, we should make this somehow reach the audience and go there. And Kantara, like how Bahubali came and just opened doors. Like there was there was like a lot of films like Jeans and Aparjit, a lot of films have already reached across the borders. But Bahubali came and opened doors. And then KGF made it even bigger, like pushed the doors open more and all over. But Kantara came in and said, listen, even a movie with content can make an impact. And something that is so steeped in mythology, which is only restricted to Mangalore, was actually reaching people across the globe. That suddenly, that was in the middle of our shoot, and I thought, wow, that means we have a chance. We don't have to try so hard. People have changed. The way they're watching movies is very different. I just wanted to add that, and I would like to tell you that I love the Kannada films that's happening right now, and maybe someday we'll do a Kannada film. So I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
I'm just thinking. Because I've always, even before I used to think, why haven't I tried Kannada? I've done Malayalam, I've done Telugu. When I used to struggle, I've done everything. I hadn't gone into Kannada, I was just thinking, maybe. But let's see if something pops up. We'd love to do Prashant, Neil, everybody is like, another level. It'd be lovely to work with you guys. Thank you, and thank you for being here and for being so patient. Got a little late to come in, I'm so sorry. I hadn't had food all day and I was very hungry, so it's my fault, not my crew. And I have to add that I've also worked with some really exceptional talents like Malavika, Danny, Parvati, Pasupati, and all of them. And I won't say, I know you got to ask a lot of questions. I'll see you on the other side.
ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್.
3 months? 3, 4, 5, 6 months maybe. Because actually we... 6 months? Yeah, 6 months actually. Started and we cut panna, we grew it, and I lost weight. I was really nice and healthy, like my friend here, my PRO, but not as handsome. And that was a physical part. The mental part took longer. For me, I always like to get ready before the shoot, and we used to speak a lot, and we didn't talk about my character, we spoke about other things, about ideologies, about politics regarding the movie, about the system, social inequality. And what struck me then was this is not something that is, if you just see this, like when you see the song, I thought it's such a Tamil song. And then I saw it in Hindi and suddenly I was thinking, wow, it's actually like a Hindi song. When I see it in Kannada, it is a Kannada song. In Malayalam, I think all of us looked like this at that time. We were all like this. It's just that now we've changed a little and each state has a different costume or whatever. So anywhere in India, I think people will be able to identify with the story. In everybody's house, in your house, there will be a grandfather or a great-grandfather who's had something done to them during the colonial times, who had some form of maybe joy, maybe sadness, whatever. So everybody will be, I'm sure, able to resonate with something like this. And I was taken up with all that, and then getting into the character, like Ranjith was always there. From the very beginning, it took us about 2 to 3 days before we kind of, got into that groove, wherein he didn't have to tell me, that please don't do this, don't do that. It was a flow after that. And, but it was very difficult, like Malavika said. She forgot the scorpions. The funny thing is, he will be shooting and he'll say, hey, ஒரு பாம்பு 3 scorpions எடுத்துட்டு. And then they'll just go lift one stone, then no, another stone, one scorpion, one more scorpion, another stone, one scorpion. You won't believe it, 10 minutes, sunlight போகுது சீக்கிரம்னா 10 minutes they'll get a snake or they'll get a scorpion. it was that way. None of us had slippers, we didn't have clothes, so fight sequences பண்ணும்போது there was no protection. We used to get hurt, like I've broken my rib during practice. I couldn't walk for almost 3 months, first one leg. I already have a leg problem, so that got affected. Then this leg I was putting so much, that again I had a problem, I couldn't walk. I didn't tell him because he'll panic. And that is for me. But this gentleman here, he came in with already, he had a problem. Then it got worse. He had 2 surgeries. Then he had 1 more, but he didn't do it because he needed more time to recuperate and we had to finish the film. So he shot with that and he went back, thought, damn good, it's over. And he went and he got operated, he was in bed. And then we get a call that we're changing the climax a little bit to make it more exciting. And we were like climax is when we all fight, we all got beaten. Not again, Rajin, no, shall we try? And then what he said makes sense. It was something it was very poetic. So, sorry Mr. Thangalaan. So after that, he came back. And with that, he couldn't even walk. He fought. Way to go, Danny. And he started eating Indian food, like I was talking to you in the morning, and he loves all our food. He'll say, I only like fish, but then he says the whole thing. And he's now half Indian. Just a little more days, he'll be talking Tamil, Kannada, Hindi. And that's it, sir. And like how Cleopatra used to have a bath. And after that, just go wash it off. But that still took about 1 hour. And there'll be dirt, there'll be ash, there'll be coal dust. It was but putting on the makeup, the scars, tattoos, all of that took time. And for her, it was again tattoos. She had red makeup. She'll tell you about her look a little later, but that's. And it's a character which Bala, when he thought of, he's such a great guy that there's no person who exists like Vikram. If you actually do you think, there are different types of people, but somebody like that who's away from society and he becomes something else. And he's a character he imagined. Likewise, in Aparajit, there is a thing, there are people with that problem, but still, how to do it commercially. And then now in Thangalaan, there are people, there have been people, in fact, all of them were Thangalaans, right? So, the director, when he thinks, every time I thought, okay, I've done only historical character, I have to do that also, I've done, don't know what more to do, but then he comes up with Thangalaan, it's like that. You just keep, like how we are pushing boundaries, I think a director and a story writer is always trying to get, across a new boundary.
ರಂಜಿತ್ ಸರ್, ನೀವು ಈ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ KGF ಸಿನಿಮಾ ನೋಡಿ ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದ? ನೀವು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ ಬುಕ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಬುಕ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಯಾವುದೊಂದು ಬೇರೆ ಕಥೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಲ್ಪನಿಕನ?
What they made about a KGF gold mine. Not only that book, Kolar Gold Mine, that small book, it's wrote by, it's wrote in Tamil language. After that, I read some English articles also, and we made a lot of research work, a lot of research work, so that then we came to know about historically what happened in KGF, Kolar Mine, and how it's people found that gold, what is the backstory, how colonial system happened at that time, how people suffered trying to get a gold. So that story, it is not getting story. I found I got a lot of research material. So I wanted to try make a story in a fine way. And also people who not only historically happened a lot of things, but and also people have some interesting stories, mythological stories. So that also excited too much to me. So I tried to connect historically and also the mythologically people what they believed, and I created that whole story about that historical and mythologically. So it is came after that like kind of a fantasy movie. So the movie, it's a deal like historical and also mythologically and fantasy also. So it is an interesting thing happened after that. So that is.
How much drama you have added? Yes.
Drama. I love drama, but I don't want to give
drama with all the actors.
I don't want to make like a more drama. I just follow. What I made my movies, it's all under a realistic cinema. Realistic. I'm using it's very little dramas only. But in real life, lot of drama happened in that land. So it is not easy to shoot and easy to write and then shoot. It is too difficult. So I wrote a little bit. So I'm trying to make that things so you can connect with the drama. Yeah. It is deal like magical realism. It is a realism is there, and also some magical also I adding something like that. So the movie, it is not only realistic. So people who thought about the land, no, so a lot of things happened to that. People who thought like it is happened by nature, and also it's happened by some ghost thing, some mystical things happened by that issues. So I took it. It's also so the magical thing and then the realistic thing also I deal it. So 80% magic is there, so realistic is there, and 20% it's a magical realism is there.
Question.
What's your name?
Harshvardhan.
Mr. Harshavardhan. Tangalaan is like that.
Okay.
But Harshavardhan it's a king, right? But Tangalaan that's a community.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ನೇಟಿವಿಟಿಗೆ ತಕ್ಕಂತೆ ಟೈಟಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಲ್ ಟೈಟಲ್
Yeah, but we were going with the name. It's like what do you say, like RRR or whatever. There's no, it's just the name of a person.
Yes, I know.
But also I didn't. Yeah, see, even Bahubali is not. It's just a name, It's a character. So it's like that. It's just a name. It's not about the nativity. I think it's the
it's
name.
a noun. It's a noun. Completely a noun. It's a name only. And also we can understand that it's a people leader. So there is no need to change like name. I think people who really easily connected. I think.
What do you call gold? Community.
Yeah, community name also. The community leader,
He's a
one who going to lead a people. No, we call the Tangalaan. So we have a traditional like that.
There in KGF or what?
In a KGF, near KGF, the district in the Vellore and Vepur, very close to that Tamil areas, no. So these people, they will call a people leader. It's a Tangalaan. Tangalaan is a proper noun.
So.
Hi, this is Pramod Hegde.
Warren is a British officer. He came to not divide that. He wants to make the borders map. He wants to make the map. So that time, so Mysore Jilla. It's called the Mysore Jilla. Mysore Jilla. They who speak to Mysore Jilla. People speak to Telugu, Tamil, and Kannada also. There is no separation.
Bangalore, you speak all the languages.
So there is no separation. In Bangalore also, in a lot of people is there. So it is a mixed community lived there. So these people easily connected that.
Vikram sir, what was the reason to choose this script and act in this movie?
For an actor, this is like, one, it can be scary or it can be really exhilarating. For me, it was both. Like, it was exhilarating because I thought, wow, I'm going to do it, I want to do this. It was scary because, can I do it? Was the question. It was something that, he calls me again 100 times for this. To make 100 parts, I will do it.
Hi sir, Lokesh from News Source.
To make a story of mine. So people who affected by inequality, people who wants to not tell the story in that. So I just wanted to tell my stories. I just wanted to tell a story about affected by the inequality people. So easily you can connect with the powers of Ambedkar. Ambedkar choose that color Neelam, the blue. So and also Buddha is that Ambedkar choose to go that Buddhism also. So I followed Professor Ambedkar. My thoughts, he taught me a lot to me, and so that is why my movies always deal like I want to show like colors like blue, and also I'm trying to tell stories, the people affected by the inequality. So yeah, this is what my all movies I'm dealing it.
Sir, ಈ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಶೂಟ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೂ ಮೊದಲೇ
Prod-Gnanavelraja.Dir-PA it's totally different. So he trying to story, it's kind of he made some drama and like the story about the KGF Rocky Boy. But I'm trying to tell the story. It's a story about Tangalaan people. So Tangalaan people. What is the Tangalaan? What is the Tangalaan people happened that time? The colonial system. The problem India has faced a problem. It's a lot about not only the freedom things. It is like people affected by that caste, affected by that separation. So that is the thing. No, I wanted to try to tell that through that cinema.
Can I add? Okay, thanks Ranjit, that was nicely said. But I want to add that this movie, it's very different from Prashant's, Yash's KGF, like he said. It's very different. But the thing is, the difference is not in the way, in the genre. It's not just that. In this also, like when Ranjit is saying he's talking about oppression, he's talking about casteism, whatever. The movie is not dealing with that. What he's done is, it is actually something else. We are searching for something. He's searching for something. She is trying to do something to whether like stop our search or whatever. That is the thing. But what he's very cleverly done is he has infused all of these things. The questions that you ask will be there. Like through the film, you will know that this community or this people at that time in India, all over India, are facing that. All of us, we faced untouchability. All of us, the nation has thing. But that is not the story. That is a vein that goes. You can't shoot a film in that time. Suppose you had shot Tangalaan and it was only the search for something and not touch that, it will not be real. So he's created a scene. It's like I keep saying, like Titanic. What is Titanic about? Is it about the ship? No. It's about the love story. Two beautiful people. They could have been in Bangalore. One could have been in Bangalore. One could have been in another state. Correct or not? But where you put that love? It could be in North Pole. It could be in Africa. So like that, he's put it. His story is another story which he's put there. But he has been true to that in the sense that everything that we are talking, what you asked, will all be there. But it won't be, yeah, take it. Open your mouth. No. It's there. You know that, yeah, that was happening. Oh, yeah, right, that's happening. Like now, suppose let me say I come and I shoot something here. I'll have to add your little, maybe, I can't be eating dosa, of course, you'll get here, right? Like Italy, whatever, that also you'll get here. We have the same food. Okay, let me say like Punjab. I'm shooting in Punjab. I can't be sitting in an hotel and eating Italy. Correct or not? You'll suddenly feel odd. So that Italy will be there. But the movie is not about the Italy. It's about those gundas who come to beat up this guy and this guy is trying to protect that girl. And you understand? So that is the way the movie is. But that's not, I'm making it sound very light. But it's not that. It is a very, when you see it, it will affect you. It will touch you somewhere. But you won't be thinking, oh God, this is happening. Oh my God, they're having pain. Oh my, it's not that. It's an exciting film. It's like a crazy film. Like you just think, like, I don't know, I'm jumping genres, but let's say Raiders of the Lost Ark. Suppose it was in that time. And the hero, Harrison Ford is actually Tangalaan. What could happen? That's the story. Right? Thank you.
There, but real people, it's story about the real people only. These people lived that time in KGF, so I wanted to try. I wanted to tell about the real people.
And I'm sorry, just to add to that also, Tangalaan is from the colonial times. I think you're asking because the other shot where I'm walking and all red and all that, right? And the others, there are different generations which goes back to 2000 years back when we really don't have an idea what it was. You get it? I think that's what it is. So it's not, you may think, oh, those people, it's a different time altogether. So I go through about like 10 generations in the film. You understand? So that difference will be there.
What is the CG percentage in this movie?
CG?
Yeah.
Yeah, CG is there. Yeah.
CG is there, but yeah.
Yeah, 10%. I think it's a very realistic movie. We trying to add some exciting thing, and also people who thought like imaginary things, lot of things, and people believed a lot of mythological story. Mythologically, it is not like it's a realistic, right? It is kind of a creative process, and also they had a lot of stories about an ancestor Vaya. So that story wanted to tell. No, that story it's a lot of depend on CG. So 20-25% it will be it is there in CG. I
but
think
he felt that has to be added because after reading the book, when he went to those places, they had these stories which he wanted. I always felt I was doing. Even I do commercial cinema and I do very realistic and raw cinema. But I always will think, why not make both the films come together, you know? Why not make a realistic commercial cinema or like really mainstream cinema which is so real? And I think the answer is here. When you see the film, you'll understand. It is so raw, but it'll be so commercial. What is commercial? Anyway, Kantara is commercial. it is commercial, but it is a raw film, right? But why is it commercial? Because it reached everybody. It's a wider range, so that becomes commercial. It's not about what genre the film is. It is how impactful or how much you reach. See, now KGF is a commercial film, but Kantara didn't start like a commercial film. But the reach was so great because you actually touched everybody. Everybody wants to see it. Then it becomes commercial. So like that, you could do anything. This movie we are trying to evoke, we are trying to create a situation where people will want to see this, which should make it commercial.
A certain genre of films, which is lovely. Like I want to continue doing that, but I was hungry to, you know, I wanted to some of my favorite actresses I have grown up watching. I have grown up loving. Sri Devi, Shobna ma'am, Urvashi, Malayali actress. So Madhuri Dixit, so many of them they've played their filmography is so versatile. They've played so many diverse roles, you know. And at the end of the day, that's the only way to grow, that's the only way to get better, that's the only way to explore yourself as an actor, to reach different kinds of people, do different genres of films. You do just one type of film or one type of role, it gets boring and you also like don't explore. So I was at a stage where I wanted to work with good filmmakers and play well-written and really interesting roles directed by a good maker. And it was at that point, like I keep saying that, you know, this film came my way, we crossed paths, and I was like, I want to do this. I did have a thought initially, the first time I got into the get-up, into the makeup, and I looked into the mirror and I was like, who is this, you know? How are people going to react to, people are so used to seeing me a certain way that thought did cross my mind, but it was a very fleeting moment. And the moment I got on set and I realized the caliber of what this role could be, the ways in which it's going to challenge me, I never had that thought again. It was just about cracking the character right, being opposite someone like Vikram sir. Like physically, we had a lot of action sequences together, and he's so fierce on screen, so powerful, so all the superlatives basically, he's all of that. To match up to that power in terms of physicality was so hard for me. I'm a very girly girl, you know. I've never done stick fighting in my life. I've never done an action role. To play the stunts, to bring in that power in a believable way, that was one of my biggest challenges. And if I didn't get that right, nobody would have believed that she's able to hit him. You know, it will look fake on screen. So I loved how it was very hard. Yes, I had a lot of meltdowns on set. There were days I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to do this. But here we are today, so close to release, and I hope that I've done a good job. So it's a character that it's a character that I like, the kind that I always wanted, that serendipitously just came my way at the right time.
Thank you so much.
Like that. South America will look like that.
Sir.
No, you will have a question, sir. I will not go without you asking me a question.
Yes.
So he's not finished, sir. So that is the thing. It's a commonality with everybody, and that's a great film, of course. But honestly, I feel ours is very different. I would like to say it's better, but I won't. it's a very, because that's our baby. So that's what I'll feel. But it's a very different film. It's like see, you're actually asking, is it like KGF also, right? KGF, no, I'm saying, is it, no, not you. Someone was saying, no, I'm saying, where we inspired from KGF, because KGF is, when you see it, you know they're different films, right? So when the doubt comes there, when you have two people not wearing clothes, you'll think obviously there's the similarity, I'm saying.
Success, Jana Northar Bido.
Thank you. How sweet. Sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sir.
Vikram sir.
Sorry, sir.
I didn't know that.
No, now you.
Because I haven't seen that in the time.
Yeah. He's also, there are two producers. He's one of the producers. And because we want to save money for the film. We've cancelled one ticket. So he's taking care of the film. But thank you for being concerned. We'll tell him that you are
No,
in.
I have a reason for that question.
Say, sir.
I didn't know that Ranjith is hired.
He's also. Neelam Productions is his.
But we are hearing in Tamil Nadu there is a big decision is going to take up with the artist.
Yeah, that.
That's a different kind.
Yes, sir.
Chapter altogether.
Yes,
Let
sir.
me not mix it.
Yes, please.
Yeah, but I didn't know that he is also.
He's. Why do you think I'm so friendly with him? He has to pay. There's one last payment that's got to come, sir.
ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಸರ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್
I didn't do, sir, because
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮು ನೀವು ಹಾಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ.
Last time I did, but a little. But what happened is no, I did only little. I did too much. The thing is, this is very authentic. We're trying to do that. If I dub, there'll be a little, there may not be pure. We want pure gold.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
Vikram sir, ಇಲ್ಲಿ.
Exciting. Make scenes that are engrossing, and that you get them involved in it. Get performances that get people to believe that it's really happening. And then finally you have the film, but now you just have to tell them that this is what it is. And so give them little leaks, teasers, trailers, and the job's done. I hope we are doing a good job, or maybe should we try harder? Thank you very much.
And they want to give them something. They want to give them something and they make sure people are coming to the cinema. So a filmmaker like Pa Ranjith has to think, I have to do something special. Whereas in the West, we've lost a lot of our cinemas. It's become about streaming. So that's just content. So Indian cinema for me is still in an amazing place. You've got amazing filmmakers, a thriving cinema industry. It's exciting, and I feel excited, genuinely, to be just a little part of Indian cinema history. And for Pa Ranjith to have cast a British actor who, I've never seen it before. Maybe a lot of the media might correct me here, but I don't think anyone's ever told me that there's been a British parallel kind of lead in an Indian film. There's been lots of British actors, but the roles are usually very similar and quite small. So Pa Ranjith had this vision about just making things a bit more international. So that's really interesting. And I think Indian cinema is one step away. Once it goes international in terms of its storytelling, then there's nothing stop Indian cinema. Hollywood will, it can't compete. You can't compete with Indian cinema. It won't be able to compete. The numbers won't be there because Indian cinema now internationally is getting the numbers as well. I hope that makes sense, just what you were saying, yeah? So yeah, I'm really excited to have been part of this. Really.
Thank you.
Yeah.